Who knew that these things could be so pretty? Because I've had those dog tags before, and let me tell you, ugly. Hey everyone, it's Elissa, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, then welcome. I am so happy to have you, and on this channel we are all about health, and from the mind, the body, and also the spirit. So if you aren't already, make sure that you are subscribed and also hit the bell icon, and it will alert you to every time that we post a new video. So in this video I wanted to do a review of Lawrence Hope, and they are an online store that makes really nice medical ID accessories. So I have a bracelet here, and it, and it has beads, and it is a rose gold. And then also on the back, it has I have it engraved with my name, my allergies on here, and then it has that I am a diabetic, and then also it has like an emergency to contact. And then also I do have this on right now, a necklace. It's a rose gold heart. And then it has a little square on the tag. I think it says Hope. And then also on the back it has the same information as this does. So I would love to know in the comments below, do you have a medical ID accessory? And if you do, which kind? Also, it doesn't look like that you're actually wearing a medical ID tag. See, like it has that white engraving that shows that you do have a medical condition, which is actually really good, because I'll tell you a story. This girl, through a series of unfortunate events, bad diets, had ended up in the hospital with really high blood sugar. I felt really sick, so I went to the emergency room, but as I got to the door of the emergency room, I passed out. And I didn't have this at the time, and so they didn't know if I had a pre-existing illness or anything. So I had a friend with me, of course, and she had told them that I'm diabetic, so then they knew instantly what they needed to do. Wow, I can totally see my ring light in there. Yes! Just have a look on your tag and say, oh, okay, so she's diabetic, so we need to do this. So these really are a lifesaver. If you have a pre-existing illness, like if you're diabetic, these really help. And it gets very humid here in my state. Ooh, like humid. You're sitting out there in like 100-degree weather, or you're running in 100-degree weather, and most things will tarnish. You know, I'm just gonna be straight up. And that's what I originally had thought about these. Oh, well, I can't have it on in the humidity. Actually, I wore this out in the humidity, and I had it on also as I ran. They did not tarnish, and they held up beautifully. I had washed my hands with this on, and it got wet. It didn't tarnish. And these are made really well. I really love how it doesn't look like a medical ID tag. Like, it just looks like a really pretty accessory. Like, it just looks like I'm wearing a simple accessory, like, even though it's very important. See, so on their website, they explain why it is important to have a medical ID. And I will say it is very important. If you're diabetic or if you have another illness, it's extremely important to wear this, because if, say, you end up in the ER like me and they don't know what's wrong with you and you can't talk. So these really help, like, seriously. I don't know why I'm calling this a bracelet. Who should wear these? Obviously, if you're diabetic, if you're an athlete, like a heart condition, or if you have allergies to food. There's a long list on their website, which I will also have in the information bar below. I can't stress enough the importance, because your girl here is stubborn, refused to wear ugly dog tags, and yeah, ended up in the hospital, and they didn't know what was wrong with me because I couldn't talk. So, and this happened more than once. Just saying. You need a pretty piece of jewelry because your life may depend on it. On their prices, it is not bad. I mean, you're paying for stuff that is well made. There are some things on there that you cannot get wet. So just have that in mind as you order, and always do your research on which one would be the right thing for you. I tend to wear this more because it's just around my neck. This really just looks like a normal bracelet, and I like how it can be turned, like this part can be turned onto the inside of the wrist. Then the only thing that shows is just the beading, and that is really awesome. But it's so important to have these if you do have a pre-existing illness, and especially if you're diabetic. Please wear a medical ID tag. I can't stress enough the importance of wearing a medical ID accessory if you have a pre-existing illness. So I'm gonna have Lauren's Hope linked in the information bar below. Please go over there and have a look. They have some really gorgeous stuff, I'm telling you. As well as a link to the ones that I'm wearing.